Let me introduce myself. My name is Lina. I'm an open yoga teacher in Dubai City. This is Morning English Speaking Yoga Club. And let's start our lesson with sharing Bhama. Please, Slava, start.
Okay. My name is Oleg. I'm a second year student of Shakti 23 group of International Open Yoga University. My first positive, I pulled my back, but I cured it with practice, observing the principle, using the principle. So I use yoga practice as cure for my back. This week was rainy and I got enough sleep. I sleep very long time, about 9 hours. It's not usually for me, but I feel I sleep very well. It's good for my health. And also I really feel less of effort in practice because of my back, and I feel body ask for practice, ask for efforts, and I think it's a good side because it's what really need for my body, not just thoughts.
Okay, thank you very much. And as for my positives, is also sleeping here. It is not rainy, but humidity is very in a very high level. That's why it's like a sauna. And I also sleep very much. And I try to check my sleeping process in my Apple Watch, and it is very interesting. I have more periods of low sleeping. In yoga, we call it sleep without dreams. And I like this way. I feel well rested when I sleep enough. And one thing that I can do outside is swimming in a swimming pool. And my husband teach me how to do it in a proper way, because I can swim for a long time without any rest, but I guess I do not use proper muscles because I never tired of process of swimming. But my speed is not very high. But I like my style of swimming. It's like a brass, but it is not. And the last positive is topic of stress that we study in our special lessons. And we go deep into this topic just in the hormones and different substances in our brains. And it is when we recognize these processes, we can control them. And control of stress is a very important thing. And I also try to make interesting video on my YouTube channel in English, and I just take Mila's researches, scientific research, and put it into the ChatGPT and ask him to make a scenario of my video. And I try to add music, different pictures, and in order to make these researches more interesting. And I make the first part of pranayama, and now I'm doing the second part about hypocapnia and hypoxia. Okay, and today we're going to speak about running and yoga. And the first question is, why do you think there's a growing interest in combining yoga and running? And do you combine yoga and running? And how often do you run?
It's depend of my feelings. I think now with my back not really often, but in the middle about 3 times in week I start from a small distance about 5 kilometers. I try to master it technique of running because I think techniques is very important to not harm your body during running. And so I don't think about speed, I don't think about pace. I try to concentrate on techniques and try to feel joy from this process.
Okay. And do you
okay.
check your heart rate?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I especially I start running about I don't know 20 years ago, and in these years I have twice weight. I have some heart problems, and I think it's really important to check pulse because it's about your heart health. And also many people die of heart problems. So I think we need to control it. And also we can calculate some heart rate zones. You can use online calculators. And it's good to start from small pulse, about, I don't know, 130, 150 maximum.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say we have muscle on our legs, for example, and we can use it without some injuries, but if we have our heart как-то сердце, в общем, слабее, чем ног может оказаться. Как тот. Так.
So,
Большое количество.
we are recommended to practice yoga daily, but it is not enough for our well-being. And it is good when we use running in order to train our heart muscle. But it is so the heart rate must be in the zone from 110 to 100, for example, 50. And
it's
this is the
depend of
recovery
age
zone.
of okay.
This is a recovery zone. As for me, I go to gym. There is a gym in the ground floor of our building, and I go there every day. And I try to check my heart rate, and I use zone from 110 to 130. For me, this zone is not about running. When I try to run, so I walking, so I use indoor walking. But when I try to run, my heart rate becomes about 140. That's why I run with the speed 6 kilometers per hour. It is not so fast. And maybe it is strange, but our running is about training our heart, and it is very slowly to run in a such way. So what is average speed that you run?
I don't know. When you run, it's not about speed, it's what about temp. It's not about kilometers with hours, it's about minutes on kilometer in running.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's about 6-7 minutes on the kilometer. It's good from nearby. Also, I can add, you say you cannot run without your pulse go up, and this is why you need to some device to control your pulse, because you can notice harm, you can harm your heart without noticing, because your pulse very high and you continue running, it can be not healthy. You need to prepare your heart for start.
Oh, I always check my heart rate with my Apple Watch, and this is very important for me. And you also mentioned that we can feel joy. And you know, there are a lot of run-ins that even die during their run training because of this joy. If we run for a long way, our body begins to produce some like substances like dopamine, like serotonin, but substances that we feel joy and some like euphoria. And we really, and all the people that like running, among my friends, they like this feeling. They like this explosive feeling of joy and happiness, and they want to feel this. That is why they run. They do not care about their heart, about their muscles. They like such feeling. And so they start to run, and they, for example, run for 5 minutes, and they feel this joy and happiness, and they try to continue this feeling. And after they stop their training, they continue to feel it for a long period, for some hours. That is why they run every day. And this can be dangerous because it's like an anabolic. We do not feel pain. Our body produces. In Russian, it is called endogenные опиаты. And so you like this feeling, and you do not feel pain. You feel only joy. And these runners could even die on the marathon running because of these substances. So the question for you is: have you ever felt the this so euphoria бегуна?
Joy.
Have you ever?
No, I don't feel joy when I running. I feel more peaceful, but don't joy, and I need to make efforts to feel joy. So I try to smile when I running to feel joy, but it's not work for me like some narcotics. Maybe it's work like painkiller, because I can run without pain, but if I run very long distance for me and don't feel pain during running, after or in next day I feel pain. So I make some harm to my body, and I don't notice it during the running because of painkiller. But I don't feel joy like, oh, wow, running. I need to smile to feel it.
Okay. So let's proceed to the second question. But it will be not the second, but the last in my list about trainers and our shoes, running shoes. We are recommended at our Open Yoga School, we are recommended to buy very good running shoes because they are very important for our training and for our health. So what considerations are essential when advising runners on choosing the right runner shoes, taking into account their foot type and running style? By the way, what running shoes do you prefer and how do you usually choose shoes for running?
I prefer run barefoot, but
And
if
why
I
do you
cannot,
prefer run barefoot?
this is about running techniques. If you wear some soft shoes, you can run как-то ignoring running techniques and don't feel pain because soft shoes have some I don't know how you can run ignoring technique in soft shoes and think it's good technique for you. But for example, you can place your foot on your как-то ankle. Даже не знаю, как сказать. В общем, есть this is a common error
We have a
while
pronation and
running.
supination.
It's
So we have
нет.
pronation это внутрь, а
Ну, как сказать,
supination.
есть, да, есть обычная ошибка при беге приземляться на пятку, например. То есть вы
Будет
бежите и ногой
heel.
on heels. And when you have some soft shoes, you ignore. And but in this you have big effort on your knee. Ну, не знаю, как сказать. В общем, мягкая обувь позволяет бежать неправильно, получать неправильную технику и получать какие-то повреждения где-то в суставах, например, в колене, либо еще где-то. But if you run barefoot, you cannot run with bad techniques because you feel it's on your feet in any time. If I cannot run barefoot, I prefer some minimalistic shoes like Five Fingers. I like with barefoots, Zero shoes, some China shoes also with really thin sole. You need to feel ground, I think. I need to feel ground to understand my techniques really good or not. Because soft shoes, it's obstacles to feel something.
So there are global companies that produce running shoes, and they offers us different type of trainers with pronations and supinations. They're very elastic. And when I first time when I put on Nike trainers. I felt like I believe I can fly. It was so easy and soft. And when I put on my trainers, это у меня Nike или Reebok? Reebok. Ботинки вот эти белые. Reebok, sorry, Reebok. When I put on my Reebok trainers, I feel like I want to fly. I want to run. I don't understand the way of constructs. I do not want to walk. I want to run because it is very easy for me. And I understand that there is some lack of the construction helps me in pronation and supination, but not long ago I studied this topic and I understand that our foot must work during running. Our foot must do pronation and supination by itself without any help of trainers or shoes. And we shouldn't, if we use such type of running shoes, it can no longer make this work. And that's why,
да.
yes, it's like, but in such type of trainers, it's very comfortable to run and you just want to run. And now maybe I will look for barefoot model because I want my feet to be healthy and to continue work. And maybe I will look for such type of shoes for my children because they have problem with pronation and supination as any other children today. So running is in barefoots. What is it like? What are your sensations? Do you feel any little stone on the road?
For start, yes, I feel stoned. I feel some branches. I feel roots. But also it's another theme, grounding, feel connection with nature, feel connection with ground. It's I feel joy, some type of joy for me. But for start, you can injure your feet, but after some time you have some soil on your feet, and you notice that this is stones, and you can't avoid this without many focus for these stones. Maybe example, when you go on the beach where many of stones, and you start, for example, on vacation, first day you go to stones and think it's really painful going in stones, but after 2 weeks you can walk in stones and this is not problem. So I think I know my feet can как-то слово вылетело из головы. Ну, в общем, привыкает, can be adapted.
Get used to. Привыкнуть.
Get used
So your
to.
feet got used to such type of food. And I think that your brain,
Yes.
your brain it is, and maybe it is useful for our brain and for our nervous system. So our nervous system. I think I will ask Mila about it. I'm really, it's very interesting what type of shoes does she use in her running process, because as I know, she runs daily for several hours. Okay, and
I want to add, when you mastered techniques of running, you can run in any shoes. But for start, you need to feel and master it, these techniques.
Well, I run with the same speed as somebody next to me goes walking. I don't think I have no such pressure on my joints, on my knees, maybe, because it's very slow. I do not jump. I do not feel compression on my spine.
It's a special term, and it's not running, it's jogging.
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 I practice jogging. Okay. I think that if we have extra weight, for example, we have some pressure on our knees or something like that, but I do not have extra weight, and maybe I think that walking is maybe better for me because if my heart rate is above 110, it's enough for me. And it's not about running, it's about walking.
Another good, it's intervals. So you run, I don't know, 140 pulse, and then you walk and wait your pulse lower to 100, for example, and run and walk, run and walk.
Mhm. Okay, interval training is also this is a program of my in my gym for me every day, 20 minutes of such training. Okay, how can yoga help runners prevent injuries? Which common running injuries can yoga help address? The most widespread problem, I think, is our knees, injuries of our knees. Because if we have some problems with our hip joints or with our even spine, all the problems will come to our knees. And also, if we have some problems with our foots, again, all problems will come to our knees. Do you agree?
I think it's really как это, распространенная
Widespread or common?
widespread problem with knees during the run, because I think because we don't know right techniques and because of painkiller and because our joints don't have some sensors, I don't know, and we can easily injure our knees without noticing it, and it can be pain only after days or weeks, but this pain, it's already a big problem, and you cannot run after this problem because the joints not really fast hurt yourself, and you need some medicine, etc. We don't notice it, these problems. We don't understand. We're not prepared to running, and we remember as child I can run and be happy, but now some people have weight, some people don't have muscles, and this is all to our knees or our joints, which not really feel the pain.
Yes,
Working
the most,
mechanism. Yes.
I agree with you because we have no nerve contacts in our joints. And if we will feel pain in our joints, this is a big problem because it became to distract. And yesterday we discussed the problem of hyperlordose with Trana group. So if we have weak gluteus maximus, all the pressure will come to your lower back. Your lower back will feel pain, will have pain. So if you want to run in a proper way, you need to have all the muscles in balance, because if you sit with a bad posture, it's okay. But if you run with a bad posture, it will become a real problem. So our gluteus maximus and all the muscles should be in a balance. And I think that yoga can protect us and prevent injuries. We must restore our muscles into a balance, and only from this balance we should run. And it is very important. And I like Mila's words that she said, this is running is a kind of sport, kind of training for
Healthy people.
elites, healthy elites, because you need to do a lot of additional training, maybe massage, use rollers for your muscles. Элитарный вид спорта, который требует обслуживания. For only
I
people.
I can argue. I think all people can run, but it's a matter how long you run in first time. So it's a matter, you can start running for 5 minutes a day and don't have injuries. But it's how greedy, we need to run more. And this is what broke us. В общем, если бегать по чуть-чуть, то можно и бегом себе не навредить. Но жадность наша.
So the problem is our head, maybe our egoism and something like that. Okay, what about breathing techniques? By the way, how do you breathe during your running process? What is the way you breathe?
Now I don't really control my breath because I don't know, I just not notice it now. And but I remember when I start running, I choking, shortness of breath. Now it's gone. Maybe because I prepared my lungs, I don't know. Maybe because I don't try to run really fast. I think it's good when you can run and talk with someone, or maybe mantra talk for yourself. Also, good techniques. I think it's another system which need to be prepared for running, and we need to start from small steps, and we need to use first principle of yoga.
And as for me, when I was a child, my father told me, so 2 steps inhale, 2 steps exhale. I don't know, I still use this.
I can I know another techniques when you just inhale in one exhale. You like pump.
And when do you stop inhale? You feel like
when you feel
that's
you
enough.
full.
Okay, so you try to feel whole capacity, to restore capacity of your lungs and
Yes.
maybe it is good. Okay, and for oxygen exchange, it's also good. What about another types of cardio training? So some people say, I can't run, just can't run, can't doing it. And my advice for him, so start swimming, start dancing, cycling. And what type of other cardio training do you prefer?
As I remember, I always like cycling.
And what about heart rate? Because
also I remember.
When I try to use cycling as my cardio training, I never get enough from my heart.
Of
Maybe because I do it with my children and they do it in a very slow way, but it's not a cardio training for me, cycling.
You can have a gravel well and cycling on the forest, on the in hard condition, and this is work. Also, I have some problem with my knee. I fell from second floor, and I have problem with my knee, and I decide to help yourself by cycling, and I cycling about 5 years, and this has helped me. And after this, I start running. And also, I think cycling and running it's good for our knees because cycling can be healthy for our knees if you don't make big effort in cycling because it's movement. It's about blood stream, and this is way for me to restore my knees. When I have problem with my knees, I go to cycling. It's good.
Okay, and as I remember, recommendations of Professor Dubinin, that the best physical activity, even for our brain and for our heart, are paired dancing in a couple. For example, some like of social dancing. The first one is a good cardio training. Then it's social relationship. And it is very difficult to remember the sequence of movements. So movements are very difficult to remember. And our hippocamp try to remember it, and it's very difficult for him. And also we communicate with other person, and this is the best way for our mental health and for our brain health. And I agree with him. And if this type of physical activity is intensive and it's good for our heart, this is the best way for our physical activity, maybe. And I really think that there are a lot of type of dancing, and I really think that they can be useful for us because it's like a practice of Rita yoga, and it's about harmony and about rhythm. And this is a very can be useful even from the point of view of yoga. I like dancing, and I like belly dancing. By the way, it's very difficult to move your head in one way, your arms in the other way, your pelvis in the second way, and shake this contraction. It's very,
Good for brain.
very, very difficult. But there are a lot of other types of dancing, and it is strongly recommended by different specialists to use it. Okay, Zoom shows me that our class has come to an end. So I remind you that my name is Lina. I'm an open yoga teacher. Next time we will meet in Telegram.